and you kind of like, anyways. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 13 of the Hubcityfibers podcast. My name is Lillian, and I'm coming to you from New Brunswick, New Jersey area, which is a central New Jersey area, which is also the home of Hub City, which is New Brunswick, hence the name. This is a podcast that's about knitting and my indie dyed life and my creative life and what I make. And this is a hat that I made using a really special artist's hand spun, but we'll talk more about that later. You could find me on Instagram. You could find me on Ravelry. My Instagram name is @Hubcityfibers. And I just started to also include Ravelry as a part of the mix of things that I'm going to be most active in. So I do have a Ravelry group on Ravelry, and it's called Hubcityfibers. So if you guys want to check that out, you can, tag me in anything that you guys make using Hubcityfibers yarn, or you could just say hello. I think I'm going to open up a thread that says that where you can introduce yourself. I'd love to know more about the people that are watching. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know down below in a comment. I'm doing this podcast because I think it's really cool to kind of share what I'm making creatively as well as what others are, since I am so heavily involved in watching all other podcasters and people that are in the yarn community. There are so many people in the yarn community that inspire me and that live a life that they want and where they're choosing what to wear and how they're making it, and I think that's really special. So I thought that I would create a podcast where I would talk about what I'm making and my yarn and stuff like that. And yeah, I hope that I inspire someone the way that others in the community have inspired me. Thank you to everyone who's returning and watching my podcast, and to anyone that's new, thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you see, definitely hit the subscribe button. It's kind of crazy how much the podcast has grown since my last episode. I think I'm up to almost 100 viewers, which is really kind of crazy and intense to think that there's like 100 people that have watched me, just because, not that I'm actively looking at that, because I try not to look at those types of metrics. But I do get like an email by YouTube telling me like who's watched, how many hours, and it's just kind of crazy to get that summary of how many people have stopped by and hung out and knit while watching my podcast. So thank you so much, super grateful. And now I'm gonna be talking to you guys about what I am making. So just before I start that, I just wanna let you guys know, I don't have that much that I've been knitting on this past week, or since the last time I recorded. I have been knitting every day, but I've been knitting on like kind of smaller items, and I didn't want to kind of like put a lot of pressure on myself to make, because then I can get a little bit overwhelmed and stressed out. So I don't have that much to show you guys, but yeah, this is gonna be a fairly short episode, but I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm drinking some coffee that I actually got for Christmas. And the coffee is, I forget what it's called, but it's really good. So And I'm having that in a mug that actually I got when I was in Japan at a homemade, like not a homemade, but like a place where they make pottery. This is one of the cups that I got at the pottery place in Japan that I went to, where they had handmade pottery goods, and I'm so happy I was able to bring those back from Japan because they're really special and I use them every day, so I'm really happy about that. So moving on to what I've been making, I have been knitting on the second sock, vanilla sock, using my Skin Deep colorway. And I know I showed you guys the last sock, but that is now a finished object. And this is in my Skin Deep colorway, my little super miniature taco. And I'm so happy. Second sock syndrome is not gonna be a thing with this pair, so I'm happy about that. And I'm using Knitter's Pride Zings. Oh no, I'm sorry, Knitter's Pride Carbons. And they're these like US size 2 needles, and they just have like these metal tips, and I like them. I love them. They're like a standard pair. I always gravitate towards them, and I really like working with them. And yeah, they just have made me a solid pair of socks, so I highly recommend these. And yeah, just my regular vanilla sock pattern, 2x2 rib on top with straight knitting. And that's using this nudie pinky colorway called Skin Deep. And I really love this color. I think it goes really well when being worn. And I really love nudes now. And actually, I have an FO for you guys. It's a hoe. It's a half object. It's the first sock that I knit. And I did a regular gusset heel. And it looks kind of small, but I realized when I knit it true to size, it can be difficult to, it gets kind of big. So, oh, I'm getting a call, hold on guys. So that is my my sock, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I'm really excited for the second one to be done, and I couldn't be happier. I haven't knit a pair of socks for myself in so long, so it's been a hot minute, and I'm pretty much been making this with the idea and thought that I'm gonna be creating my Edinburgh Yarn Festival outfit. So I think this is definitely gonna be a part of my Edinburgh Yarn Festival outfit, and some other things that I'm also knitting up for Edinburgh Yarn Festival. All right, on to the next item, which is also the only item that I have been working on actively in the past week and a half. So, and that is Woolenvine Yarn's Sparkling Fighter Hat. Yay! I have always wanted to knit one of Woolenvine's hats, and I think when I saw her post this on her Instagram, I was like, that's definitely gonna be something I cast on in 2019. 100%. And yeah, I've cast it on, and this is the pom-pom I will be using for it. I just love it so much. I got this at Nitty City, and oh, I love it. It's just such a pretty blue, and I'm really happy that I already have the pom-pom for it, because it's just gonna make me want to knit it that much faster. So that's cool. And for this project, I am using Brittany needles, but I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. So this is my Sparkling Cider hat, and it is using my Hubcityfibers Footloose base, which is BFL, Superwash BFL nylon, and it's a 400 yarn skein, and this is in my Como Rebby colorway. And I'm also using holding it with the strand of my mohair base in the same color, Como Rebby. And guys, I'm so happy I casted this on. It is so amazing. I just started doing the first repeat. I'm not done yet, but this is gonna be my first project where I use beads in my knitting, and that is something I've never done before. So I'm really excited. On this project, I am using the Brittany needles, which I got in Chelsea Yarns, and it is made in California from sustainably harvested birch, and I love them. I thought that was really cool that they are made in the USA and they're made by using sustainable birch. And I bought the size 4 of these to finish up the sleeve of my zwag, and I loved it. So I was like, you know what? Let me get myself some long 2mm standard needles to make more socks and to make hats. So it's perfect. And that is what this looks like. I'll show you guys what the needles look like. It's just like this natural wood color. And it's coming along, guys. It's coming along. I really love it. I'm gonna show you the komorebi. I guess I'll show you the beads. And they're these like gold beads. And these I got at Hobby Lobby. I went actually to Hobby Lobby to go pick up something else. And then I stumbled upon the bead section. And I saw these and I said, these are coming home with me because these are definitely gonna be what go in the sparkling cider hat that I want to make by Bull and Vine. And I actually bought the pattern in that aisle because I was like, perfect, I'm just gonna buy the beads now. And yeah, they're so pretty. I love them. And I also bought a crochet hook because you need a crochet hook to use the beads. And I'm using the 1.6mm, the size 6 crochet hook. So I'm excited to put this on my repertoire of knitting techniques. So that's really cool. And the yarn, this is the colorway Komorebi in the footloose base, and it is like this delicate aqua-ish tinted blue-ish green, if that makes sense. And I'm so obsessed with this colorway. And Skin Deep, and I've been wanting to knit with both of those colorways that I started. Those are like my newish. And I also am using the same colorway but in my mohair base. And that's this. And they are so special. They are creating such a beautiful texture. I actually had a difficult time deciding what mohair I wanted to use for this project because I have so much mohair that needs to be used in my stash, and I almost tend to feel guilty if I like don't use up the yarns that I have and already have plenty of to do a new project. But I've kind of like let that feeling go a little bit, just because if I want to create something and I have the intention to use a certain color with it, then I'm just gonna do that, because what is creating for if you're not doing what you love? So that is why I decided to use this, and I'm really happy I did because it's coming out so pretty. So that's pretty much all I've been making. I've been working on the sparkling cider hat, and I've also been knitting on my sock just because it's mindless, and honestly I've been so tired coming home from work that I just wanted to do something mindless and not really thoughtful or putting a lot of thought in it. So I will show you some of the acquisitions that I got and also talk a little bit more about this hat, which I'm wearing, and it is using Alex Creates hand spun yarn. And I bought this yarn back in the day from Woolen, and I was so happy because I've been following Alex Creates for so long now, and I I'm so happy that I was able to get some of his hand spun and make this awesome hat, which keeps me super warm and just feeling super cool when I wear it. I just feel like really cool wearing this hat, and like I just think it's really cool that a lot of people will look at this hat and think it's just like a handmade hat, but they also don't realize that this is also hand spun yarn. So it's like someone took, you know, fluff and then made it into yarn, and then I knit it and made it into a hat. The whole process is just really awesome, and every time I wear it I just think about all the love that went into the item, and it makes me super happy. So yeah, in the chit chat section, I will talk about, you know, how I kind of reconnected with all of my hats again. I have a lot of knitted hats, I realized. And yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that in the chit chat section. So another item I got, which I'm so excited about, is a gift that my dad got me. And that is this contraption. Now, at first glance, you will realize that this is a skein winder. And most of you guys know it by the looks of this. And this is my first and only hand winder that I've ever had. And you kind of like... Anyways, the problem with these is that they make crappy cakes. I said it. This one sucks. I've had it for so long and I loved it and it served me well. I'd rather have this than have to do it by hand every time because I would go nuts. But I would always have yarn vomit with this one. And this is just a cheap one from made in China, just the cheapest one I got. It was like kind of when I was in that stage where I was like, am I committing to this craft? Am I not? So that was this. And this one I will be using at work. I'm gonna bring this to work since I started the knitting club, and I'll talk more about that later in the chit chat section too. But this no longer gives me joy. And this does. And I'm so happy that I got this. And this is the Fiber Artists Supply & Co. ball winder. And it pretty much guarantees perfect skeins. And my friend, it does not lie. Whoever was the one who designed this contraption put a lot of love and care and must have had a really lovely knitter in their lives, because they have perfected the ball skein, the cake maker. And it's just so smooth, it's silent. And there's a method to making the perfect skein, the perfect cake, and that is making sure that the feeding tube is actually closest to the, I don't know the anatomy of the objects very well, but on this, and you're making sure that you're going counterclockwise and doing steady pressure, and it's amazing. It really is a really amazing gift, and I'm so thankful because now I don't have to worry about yarn cake or yarn barf or working with yarn that is pukey, if anybody knows that. I know there are some people that enjoy, you know, untangling yarn. Me, not so much. And to prove it, I actually wanted to test it out, so I decided to wind yarn on both the OG skein ball winder and the new one that I got. And you can almost tell the difference as to which one was born from which one. This one was using my old one. You could see that this is just ready to puke. And this one with a perfect, it's just so perfect. And this is also using alpaca yarn that my sister got me when she had a trip to Peru. And if you guys have ever worked with alpaca, you know that it does not have that much memory the way wool does. So you know that these yarns tend to be more barfy when made into a ball or a skein. So yeah, case closed. If you guys need a new winder, I highly recommend that one. And the reason why I got this is because I saw this Instagram. Her name is @Oyster and Pearls. She's awesome. I love following her. she is the one that got that new, and I was thinking, my dad had asked me at the time, you know, if there was anything that I wanted for Christmas, and I am really trying to be more intentional with the items that I own, and I want to have things that I use and love, and I know that I really wanted to get a new winder for the, you know, Hubcityfibers, my yarn company, and also for my selfish use. So I saw that Oyster and Pearls purchased that, and she had really good reviews about it, so I went ahead and asked for that, and I'm so happy. So thanks, Dad, for purchasing that for me. I started putting stickers on my laptop, and this is, okay, start all over. So this is the chit chat section. This is where I'm just going to be talking about, you know, what I've been doing outside of the yarny thing, including some yarn stuff. So if you guys want to stick around, cool. So I actually started to put stickers on my laptop, and yeah, I got some stickers for Christmas, and I also had some stickers that I purchased when I went to Japan. I went to the sticker store, so I bought some stickers. And yeah, this is my laptop, and I have my logo sticker and a sushi sticker that I got in Japan, and I got this sheep in Japan too, which I really, really love. For Christmas, someone gifted me this sticker. And it is someone knitting a brain, and I thought that was really cool. And this sticker is of my favorite coffee shop, who changed their name, but I support them anyway, so I bought their sticker. And Glossier, because I bought some Glossier makeup. It's like for people that don't know how to do makeup all that well, so, and I freaking love it. I bought it because I have dark circle issues because I wake up so early and I don't get that much sleep. So I do get enough sleep, but I don't know, I'm getting dark circles. I guess it's me getting old. And yeah. So this week I have been watching while knitting Marie Kondo's new Netflix series, and I finished it. It was like 6 episodes. I finished it in a matter of like 3 days, and I love it. It really inspired me to kind of look at my bookshelf, which was kind of like a catch-all furniture piece in our house where we just like put everything where we don't know where to store it. And I'm really excited because it inspired us to clean out the bookshelf that we've always wanted to do, and organize it, and really kind of think about all the things that we have, and just be more mindful of the things that we have, and seeing if it sparks joy. And honestly, it's been a little bit life-changing. It makes me feel a little bit lighter around the house to not have things that I don't use and don't cherish. I was able to clean out my closet and really go through all those pieces in my closet that, you know, have been sitting in my closet for years and have not been worn or loved or anything like that, and just kind of getting rid of that. This also was a period where I got rid of my first sweater that I ever knit. Yes, I know I should have kept it out of memory, but honestly, it didn't bring me joy to have it. And also when I brought it to wash, the cleaners ended up shrinking it. Womp. So it does not fit me, and honestly just wasn't giving me any joy. So I parted ways with it, and hopefully it will make somebody else happy. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing, what I've been listening to, what I've been watching, what I've been knitting on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 13 of Hubcityfibers. It makes me really happy to wow. It makes me really happy that you guys continue to come and watch, and if you like, you know, the content that you're seeing, definitely hit the subscribe button, send me a comment, follow me on Hubcityfibers on Instagram where I'm most active, and I will see you guys during episode 14. Bye! I'm gonna show you guys my hat.